Hi friends. So we were talking about international trade and agriculture marketing for entrepreneurships. So we have seen some of the basic definitions of international trade and something about marketing and agriculture marketing. So friend, within international trade also, now we will see the WTO. So WTO stands for World Trade Organization. So as we know, we should support or we should encourage trade domestically as well as internationally also. So internationally there is an organization which support, supervise and encourage international trade, and that organization is known as World Trade Organization or WTO. So WTO, it was established and it began functioning from 1st of January 1995, and it was established after Uruguay round trade talks that were concluded in 1994, and it take over the functioning of GATT, that is General Agreement on Trade and Tariff for encouraging multilateral trade. So GATT, that was converted into WTO, and since then WTO is operating or it's supervising and it also encouraging international trade. All different countries, they are participating and they are supervised and encouraged for trade by WTO. Now within WTO we are talking about agreement on agriculture. So that was an agreement specifically for agriculture sector of different countries or the countries who are participating in international trade. So for better understanding, the provision under AOA, that is Agreement on Agriculture, it can be consist of five broad groups like market access commitment, reduction commitment for aggregate measure of support, reduction commitment for export subsidy, sanitary and phytosanitary measure and TBT, and last trade related intellectual property right. So we will see one by one. So market access. So market access is the provision under market access commitment. It includes that the tarification of all non-tariff barrier, whatever non-tariff barriers are there, that should be converted to tariff barrier or tarification, like converting quantitative restriction to import duty. So without restricting quantity, we should impose some tariff on that specific barrier, or we should convert the non-tariff barrier to tariff barrier. Then reduction of all tariff in time bound framework. So for different categories of country, the reduction for all tariff in time bound framework was given, like for developed countries 6 year period of time there should be 36% reduction. For developing countries within 10 years there should be reduction of 24%, and for less developed country and countries with WPO there should not be any reduction for tariff. Then domestic support also. So as we know that government is supporting their producer, mainly the farmers and exporters also, for export, right? So we will talk about some of the domestic support which will not harm the international trade, and some of the support by local government, it will harm or it will affect the trade or the prices of one country as compared to another country. So AMS, that is aggregate measure of support, that is product specific, non-product specific and de minimis provisions also. And this category of domestic support that falls under green box measures, blue box measure and amber box measure. So green box. So green box measure that include all publicly funded government program which do not provide price support to producer. It does not support or they do not support price they do not provide price support to producer. And examples are research, pest and disease control, marketing and promotion and services, infrastructure, public stock holding, payment under environment program. So this will helpful to the farmers, even trainings to the farmers also, but it will not affect the prices, or it will not affect the international trade also. And these measures are considered least trade distorting. They are not affecting trade, hence they are exempted from reduction. Within blue box, they refers to direct payment under production limiting program, which are also not subject to reduction, but they are somewhat harming to the trade. Then amber box, which include product specific support as well as non-product specific support extended to the farm sector, and there should be reduction also, like minimum support prices, which will or the minimum support prices which limit the production also, right? So this kind of domestic supports are also there. Then there is provision of reduction in export subsidy. So many countries they are providing export subsidies. So export subsidy they are prohibited, otherwise they are subject to reduction commitment. So based on value there should be reduction in export subsidy, like the export subsidy it should be reduced by 36% for 6 years for developed countries, while the export subsidy it should be reduced up to 24% over 10 years for developing country, but there is no limit or no reduction for least developed countries for export subsidies. In terms of quantity of export, so export subsidy for quantity 21% it should be reduced over 6 years for developed countries, and export subsidy for quantity of total export 14% it should be reduced over 10 years for developing countries, but there is no such limiting factor or no reduction for least developed countries for export subsidies. Even there are certain standards and safety parameters also. So as we know that suppose we are selling food material or food products, so food product or feed product for animals or plants, so whatever product we are sending to another country, so different countries they have their different sanitary and phytosanitary measure which are scientifically proven, and the main function of this SPS or sanitary and phytosanitary measure is to protect or to protect their animals, to protect their plants, to protect their food material, and to protect ultimately human health. So a separate agreement on food safety and animal and plant health standard, that is sanitary and phytosanitary measure or SPS, it was came into existence, and it allows the country to set their own standard. So different countries they have different standards. Suppose European standards they are more and more strict as compared to other countries, but it also says that regulation must be based on science. It should be based on science. They should be applied only to the extent necessary to protect human, animal, plant life and health. So it is mainly for protection of human life, animal life, plant life, or overall health of human, animal and plant. So it should be used wisely, and they should not arbitrarily or unjustifiably discriminate between countries where identical or similar conditions prevail. Suppose two countries they have similar conditions, so they should follow the same kind of measures or same kind of sanitary and phytosanitary measure. So it should be scientifically proven, it should be scientifically based, and it should not distort or it should not affect the trade or commodities coming from another countries. Then there are technical barriers also, technical regulations also. They are termed as TBT, technical barriers to trade agreement. Suppose packaging material, package size, and some of the environmental protection safety, right? So these are not affecting the health or life, but they are more related to technical parameters. So technical regulations and standards that are important, but they vary from countries to countries. Different countries have different TBT. Having too many different standards makes life difficult for producer exporter. So suppose in different countries or within same country or within same area, if the standards are different, that will be very much difficult for producer and exporter. And if the standards are set arbitrarily, they could be used an excuse for protectionism, that we will not allow your product to come into our market or our country. So they can use as an excuse for protectionism also. So standards can become obstacle to trade also. That's why these standards should be used wisely. But they are necessary for a range of reasons also. Why these TBT or technical barriers are important? Because for environmental protection, for safety protection, for national security, or for consumer information also, or for consumer protection also, the technical barriers are important. So these technical barriers to trade agreement or TBT, they tries to ensure regulation, standard testing, certification procedure that do not create unnecessary obstacle. So TBT should not create unnecessary obstacle, but there are country specific and that are useful to that specific country also. So TRIPS, so they are trade related intellectual property rights. So what are intellectual property rights? So they refers to the general terms for the assignment of property rights through the property rights that can be assigned through patents, copyright, trademarks. So these are the intellectual property rights, and these property rights allow the holder to exercise a monopoly on the use of the item for specified period. So actually who may be the original manufacturer or producer, right? So he will be given monopoly, or he will enjoy, or the thing will belong to him only. So these are the intellectual property rights. So within IPR, copyright is there. So we must have seen copyright on books, on music, and many music composer, they are even stealing some of the composed music of another musician also. Even on books also, it is written like you cannot publish it, or you cannot copy it, or you cannot circulate it without the prior permission of the author. So that is what copyright. So copyright, they are the exclusive and assignable legal right given to the originator for a fixed number of years to print, publish, perform, film, or record literary, artistic, musical material. So that is what copyright, that is exclusive and assignable legal right given to the original artist or musician or author. Then trademark. So we can identify mobile phones or any product based on their label, right? Suppose an apple is there, so we can identify that this is the product of apple, right? So trademark, they are the symbol, word, or words legally registered or established by use as representing a company or product. So this logo or symbol or word, they are representing the company, and the company have legal rights. No one can use their trademark to promote other company's product. Then geographical indication. So many products, as we know, they are area specific or origin specific. Suppose we are talking about mango. So Kesar mango belonging to Talala Gir region, right? So specific, that is having geographical indication. Even Tirupati temple, they have their prasad, laddu, that have also specific origin also. So some of the product, they are area specific, and that is found in that specific area only. So geographical indication, it is a sign used on products that have a specific geographical origin. So that product is from that specific origin only, and the taste or the texture or the features or quality which we can find from that specific origin material or product, we cannot find the same thing in another product. So GI is a sign used on product that have a specific geographical origin, and it possesses qualities or reputation that are due to the origin. And in order to function as a geographic indication, a sign must identify a product as originating in a given place only, that this product is from so and so area, so that will protect the producer of that specific area, and they can get or they can charge premium price, and customers will get quality product of specific origin. Then industrial design. So industrial design, it is the professional service of creating, developing concept specification that optimize the function, value, appearance of product and system for the mutual benefit of both user and manufacturer. So generally industrial design that are industry specific, and for manufacturing or for production or for any sort of work in industry that can be designed, and the industry or the designer will get legal rights. Last is patent. So we can patent our technology, we can patent our innovation. So what is the patent? So patent, it is a government document that proves that this invention is yours and yours alone. Suppose you identified or you made a new technology, or you made a new innovation, you made a new process, so ultimately that will give you patent.